Hello digital crew, this is Mr. Dupre with a quick video on something I felt we should definitely go over that we did in class. This goes for both of the classes, Earth Science and AP Environmental Science, and it has to do with the vocabulary that we are doing this year. So if you go to Google Classroom, both classes have a vocabulary booklet or packet. So this is the APES one, right? With a table of contents that you can fill out with whatever pages you end up doing, and you have the single page that is repeated over and over again. Same is true for Earth Science, whether this is period 3 or period 8. Yours has the big Earth on the front, and it is very similar. You don't have a table of contents, but you do have the same kind of thing going on the page. The big difference between the two is in the top right box if you look at my cursor. So for Earth Science, you have a box that says similar words. For APES, we have the box that says within module number and text page number. This refers to the AP textbook that you guys will be receiving shortly. So taking a look, we're going to play around with this page. We'll use the Earth Science one, for example. What are you going to do with this? Well, the first thing you're going to do is download whichever one you are a part of. So if you're in the Earth Science, make sure you find this document and you download the whole thing. Same thing for AP Environmental Science. So once you've downloaded the document for whichever class you're in, what you're going to do is you're going to open it up with the Kami extension. All of the Chromebooks should have the Kami extension, and it's pretty cool. So we're going to run through that, and I'm going to show you what it looks like to actually write on this thing. So Kami is a pretty cool extension. Hopefully you were able to do the lab safety lab with it, and I just wanted to outline how you could potentially do the vocab with this. So I would suggest keeping the single file of this entire booklet and adding to it each time you wanted to add a word. This way they're all in the same spot, just like those who are in class and have the physical book. So what you want to do is, first we'll do a text box. 14 might be good. And the word that we did in class was atmosphere. And actually we might want to make that just a little bit bigger. So if you want to do that, right here you have all your fonts, all your sizes. Maybe we'll make that like a 24. You can make it bold too if you want. So we've got atmosphere. Similar words. Oh, and by the way, if you click again, just once you're done clicking one box, it'll make another one, so you don't have to keep clicking all over the place. So similar words. Some of the words that we had in class were words like air or gases. Something like that. So now for the definition. This is where the two classes are going to diverge a bit, but the way that you're going to get your definitions if you are in Earth Science is you got Google. So let's quickly open up Google search and just write atmosphere. Atmosphere definition. So what does it say? It says the envelope of gases surrounding Earth or another planet. I'll copy that down, go back to this, and paste it in. And we'll capitalize, make it look nice. And I forgot to add, but for AP, you will be getting your definitions from the textbook, which is why in your version of the document, you will have within module number and the text page. You'll be literally getting it just from the book. So your definition will be different because you're not just Googling it, you're getting it from the AP textbook. So let's move on to the next part, which is the connected topics. So the atmosphere. Some of the things that we said in class were that it connects to space, connects to weather, and some people said that it connects to the layers of the Earth. Right? The different layers of the ocean, the rocks, the atmosphere, all kind of plays a role. So those are some of the different things it was connected to. Now we just thought about it. We haven't learned about a lot of this stuff, but you know a lot more than you think. The other cool part about this is you can always go back and change things once you learn something new. So the connected to these topics or ideas section, you might go back to when you're studying and go, oh wait, I thought atmosphere was also connected to weather. You can just write that in. It's pretty cool. So the last part here is the drawing. So if we were going to draw the atmosphere, what would we do? In class, the suggestion was in all of the classes, funny enough, to draw, well, you can also use shapes, and drawing a circle is not easy with a mouse. So what we'll do is we'll draw a shape, and I'll draw a circle for Earth, trying to get it as circular as I can. So that would be Earth, and then what we did was we put circles around Earth. Whoa, might have to move that. So what did I just do? If I wanted to move it, I had to get off of shapes and go to select. Once I did that, I could select it and move it over, which is pretty nice because I can't make circles well. So that would be like Earth. Then we have one layer of the atmosphere, maybe like another one. I'll fix that one up too. Right? I just went to the select tool so that I could move it again. And then I'll go back to shapes, and we'll just throw another one on. Oh, not good at figuring out which one goes where. Alright, and we'll try our best to get that around. It's got the cool crosshairs, so you get a good idea. So you can play around with that, and you can make this as crazy or as not crazy as you want. But the idea is that you're taking a word, you're expanding to similar words, you're connecting it to other ideas, and you're drawing it yourself. So you're going to have more than just a word in your brain. Now you have all these other things that you've been kind of forced to think about, and hopefully they'll help you to remember what it is and what it connects to, especially when you need it for a test, something where you need it quickly. That brings us to the final part, questions I have about the concept. These are things that I won't necessarily be checking. I'm really going to be checking this top part just to make sure that you're getting the definitions, you're drawing your pictures. This part is for you. This part is simply just things you wonder about the concept. So I'll drop a text box here, make the font a little bit smaller because we need it to fit. But one of the questions that we saw was how many layers are there? Right? We drew a couple layers, right? What is this? It's 1, 2, 3. Is that the right amount? Is it too much? Too many? Who knows? Another question that a student had in class was, what types of weather occur in the atmosphere? Oop. So it wasn't necessarily about exactly the atmosphere. It had to do with something that connected with it. So again, these are just kind of open-ended, or not open-ended, but pointed questions that are open to many different directions, I guess I would say. So that's the idea for the questions. Those are the ones that came to mind quickly. And then the answers are something that you completely do on your own. This could be good for studying before a test, before the AP exam. You're just flipping through and seeing, okay, well, how many layers are there? Eventually you will find out, and you can go back, and it feels good to fill in some stuff that you've learned throughout the year. So this is the idea for the vocabulary for the year. Each class, Earth Science and the AP class, both have different books, but they have basically the same guidelines for how to fill them out. And again, you should be filling out the entire PDF as you go along, and when we do checks, I'll make a place to submit your file for vocab, and you can just submit whatever you have, and you can keep submitting the same file over and over rather than having to split them up. The idea is to keep all the definitions in the same spot so you're not rushing all over to find different things. And I believe Cami will do a good job of keeping all of the different things you've added to that same file. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to contact me at my email, which is in the syllabus. But other than that,